Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the 7th studio record and surprise release of Avenged Sevenfold's new record. It is called The Stage. It is a follow-up to 2013's Hail to the King, and it is also their first record with Brooks Wackerman, who is replacing Aaron ELJ, and I was so excited for this record. I was absolutely caught completely off guard when they just surprise released it, and instead of just rushing out a review like I've seen a couple of people do and a couple of media sites do, I thought this record is over 70 minutes long. It really needs to be listened to multiple times and deserves the attention of just holding off and really digesting this record the way it should be. And so I took a little bit more time. I listened to it a lot of times and I finally feel like I'm ready to really explain how I feel about this record. This is a much more deep and complex and intricate record than Hail to the King was, and really more than anything they've ever done has been. It's a lot more progressive. It's very experimental in the song structures and even in some of the playing here and there, and I just really love how this record is a journey. This record has influences from all of Avenged's record, as well as having so much new experimentation going on, and I love that a band 7 albums into their career can keep doing new things and keep evolving what they've done for years and years. So let's get into some of the tracks now. The Stage opens up this record really well. It was the first single released about a week ago, and we thought we were going to be waiting to December to hear the album, but obviously that is not true. This song is really a representation of the record as a whole. It has a lot of the textures and influences in there that you're going to hear throughout this entire record, and it really is a good jumping off point. And then getting into how Shadows sounds on this record, he sounds absolutely phenomenal. He really knows where his voice fits in this music, and he really knows where his strengths are, and he plays to those while still experimenting with his voice here and there, and it's a really impressive vocal performance from him. Paradigm brings back the pace that was lacking on Hail to the King, and it is pace, and it's such a quick track that is really fun. It also includes some screaming in there, which we haven't heard from Avenged in quite a long time, which is really cool. It doesn't sound like it's Shadows screaming. It kind of sounds like it could be Johnny, but either way, it sounds absolutely immense, and I love this song a lot. Sunny Disposition is there next up on the record, and it brings some horns back into Avenged sound, which is something that I've really missed ever since the White Album. For those who don't know, the White Album is my favorite Avenged record, followed by Waken the Fallen and City of Evil. I love when Avenged do the orchestral thing, and they do it really well on this record. There's lots of percussion placed like very intricately throughout Sunny Disposition, which is really cool, and I love when they just add these little things here and there that really help to build up what's going on in the music, and that's such a great thing about Sunny Disposition. Goddamn lives up to its name so well. As soon as it came in, when I was listening to the record, I looked at what the track name was. It said Goddamn, and I was like, yeah, you fucking right, Goddamn. This song is one of the prime examples of why it's so great to have Brooks Wackerman in Avenged Sevenfold. He plays absolutely incredible throughout this entire record, but especially on this song, and he absolutely smashes it. Once again, there's heaps of pace, and then the chorus really brings a bit of levity to the song, really opens it up and makes it really melodic, which is really cool. And it also brings that classical guitar back in to the fold, which we hear on the stage and then we hear in the bridge of this song. As well as that, the riff in the build up and breakdown to that bridge is absolutely immense. Cinescates plays absolutely flawlessly throughout this entire record. His solos always feel like they're needed and they help to elevate the tracks. They never feel like they're just shredding just to shred and just because you feel like you have to have a solo there. And as well as that, just his little intricate lead parts here and there throughout the record really help to elevate a lot of the sections, and he's one of the best guitar players in the world. A lot of people are going to debate me on that, but he truly is, and he really knows where his place is in the band, and he executes it perfectly. The riffs are incredible throughout this record. There are so many instantaneous riffs going on that is so cool. Most notably, the riffs in Goddamn and the intro riff to Creating God. Just some great guitar playing going on throughout this entire record from Zaki and Sam. There are also some absolutely massive choruses on this record, some that are less instantaneous than others, but when you listen to the chorus of a song like Creating God, it is just so instant and you absolutely get hooked in straight away. And as well as that, so many of these songs are going to sound absolutely massive live, and I can't wait to see them on their new tour. I heard that they're using a company for a stage design that used to do Cirque du Soleil or still do Cirque du Soleil. So that is so interesting to me, and I can't wait to see what they pull off live. Angels and Roman Sky really bring the album down into a more intimate setting for a couple of tracks, and it's a lot more intricate, and it really grooves a lot more. A lot of this record is fast-paced, but still groovy, and these tracks really just bring groove to the forefront, which is really cool. And these tracks also help to showcase M Shadow's voice once again. It really strips back the instrumentation and allows his voice to be at the forefront for the most part, and he absolutely smashes it throughout this entire record, and these two songs are two prime examples of him absolutely killing it with multiple different techniques that he's using, and that's really cool. According to Shadows, there is also no vocal editing or tuning on this record, which makes it even more impressive. Usually nowadays, even if a band plays just as good live as they do in the studio, a producer will generally just touch up the vocals here and there with some tuning, and as well as that, touch up the drums with some sampling. And apparently, according to M Shadows, there's no vocal tuning or editing on this record, and there are no drum samples on this record. So that's a really cool thing about this record. Simulation deviates between like the soft and heavy elements of Avenged Sevenfold really well. It has these really soft verses that are really bluesy and jazzy, and then they go into these big choruses, and this song is so theatrical. It really brings back that theatricality of Little Piece of Heaven that we heard on the White Album. And then you can hear this song live. There's this bit near the end of the song with this massive riff where you hear footsteps coming across the speakers going from left to right, and you can just imagine what's going to be on the screen, the big screen, when they're playing that bit live. And this song was absolutely written to be played live, and I can't wait to see it. High is a very cool song. It has kind of a Muse feel in the intro and the chorus, and I know that's going to be an unpopular opinion, but really, if you listen to it, it really does have that Muse feel to it, and it's a really great song that's a bit softer, but then gets into that heavy element once again. And when the heavy guitars do come in from that softer intro, it really elevates the song and helps it carry along for the duration of the entire song. It's really hard to find a specific track on this record to really showcase how integral Brooks Wackerman is to this record, but really, if you just listen to the whole record start to finish, he's absolutely incredible from start to finish and really does his job perfectly well. He is an incredible drummer. I've seen him replace Travis Barker for Blink-182 when they came and toured over here in Australia, and he's an incredible drummer with an incredible style, and I'm really excited to see him playing live with Avenged. From that live stream that they did to announce the record, he played flawlessly through the songs that they played, so I really can't wait to see him live. He also brought back something that was severely missing from Hail to the King, which was that Rev style drumming. It's kind of like the Rev, but he's absolutely put his own flavor into this record, which is really cool. He's not trying to copy the Rev, he is putting his own distinct style into this record, and I love that about his drumming on this record. Fermi Paradox brings back the heaviness into the record after a few slower songs, but this time, instead of focusing on the pace, it definitely focuses on the groove. And there are also some great leads throughout this track, and Sin has such a signature sound, it really elevates a lot of the sections throughout this song. This song also highlights how integral and important Avenged's backing vocals are. They are all throughout this track, and they absolutely smash it out of the park. The production on this record is also incredible. It's so great to hear a record that feels so natural and so alive. Everything feels massive, but not overproduced, and that's something that's very rare in records today, and something that I love about this record. And finally, Exist is meant to be the heavy metal equivalent of the Big Bang, and it really comes across that way. And to be honest, it's instrumental for the most part, and I love that. And then when the vocals come in, I really enjoy the vocals on this song, but I would have liked it a bit better if maybe they just cut it at the 6-minute mark and just had the instrumental. But the vocals do add something to the song, and that's really cool about this track. And it is a great finisher to this record, especially once the end of it comes around, and it really just plays out really well. Overall, I really love this record. It's so different than anything else that has come out this year, and has such a signature sound to it, and something that I've never really heard before, ever. This record has so much great experimentation going on while still keeping that Avenged sound safe, and it's really going to appeal to Avenged Sevenfold fans, and I think it's even going to appeal to people who have never been into Avenged Sevenfold, because it has so much experimentation on it. It's very progressive, and I really love that about this record. I feel like they're going to win a lot of fans through these songs. Every member kills it throughout this entire record, and I can't wait for you guys to go out and listen to it. Alright, so my top 3 tracks today are going to be Paradigm, Goddamn, and Simulation. I'm going to give the record a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely go and check out this record this week. Right now, go do it. Anyway, what did you think about the record? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. Did you like the record? Did you not like the record? Let's have a conversation about it. We're here to talk about music. But if you're just going to fill up the comments with hate, just know that I'm going to look at you, read your comments, and laugh at how pathetic your life is. Anyway, thanks for watching my video today, guys. Please hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Fresh Currents.